This 15 minutes is going to fly by. But anytime I start talking about, here we go, family, I get emotional. So let me get through some of that. I'm going to briefly go back over my history just to get you up to speed to where what's happening to me now. You'll understand the impact of it. I was one of four kids. I was the oldest son, older sister, two younger brothers. And up to age 12, had a great family, quite a lot with my brothers and my sister. Dad was around and we had a great time. My dad had one brother. My grandfather, their dad, started Gilbert Buick in St. Louis. And it was a big deal. And he was well known. And at age 12, something really changed our lives dynamically as a family. He bought out the company from grandfather. My grandfather went to the side, and my dad and my uncle ran the company, which pulled him away from home. Then he became prominent in Lions Club. He became the top dog in Lions Club. The mayor, the governor of Lions Club, St. Louis of Missouri. It's a big deal. More time gone away. He disappeared at age 12. He disappeared from our family. He was gone every weekend. I was home alone with. She was probably 50 and she seemed like 70. We could do anything we wanted. I got into so much trouble. And the more my dad pulled away, the more I wanted his attention. So the more things I had to do to get his attention. At age 13, I decided the best way to do this was go to work for him at Gilbert Buick. At age 13, I talked him into doing it. I thought, this is how I'll get time with my dad. I worked 40-hour weeks when I was 13, 14, 15, and 16 all summer. In those 4 years, I decided the car business wasn't for me. I started dating my wife when I was 15. Sex education came through the guys at Gilbert Buick, not from my dad. To and from work all day, never a conversation about my dating, any of that. It all came from Gilbert Buick, and you know what kind of advice I was getting from those guys. If you take the 4-letter word out of their vocabulary, they couldn't talk. So at age 16, I'm sitting down with my dad saying, Dad, I'm done. I'm done with Gilbert Buick. So what do you mean? You're my oldest son. You got to follow my footsteps and go into what my father did. Dad, that's not me. My relationship with my dad broke right there. So fast forward, I go to college, graduate, design engineer, get a master's in electronics. No jobs in St. Louis, and I move off to Pittsburgh and Youngstown, Ohio, then Pittsburgh. In that environment, I was coming back to my wife's family. We were all getting to know the Lord. There was 4 of them. My wife had 4 brothers, sisters in her family, and then there was 2 marriages. Me and then my old Susie was married to Phil. So there were 6 of us. Christian. I was the last one. And I shared that story last time. I came to Christ, came back to St. Louis. I'm going to get together with my dad. This is great, my mom and dad. I shared my faith with them, and it was a train wreck. Whatever little opportunity I had to make a relationship with my dad, it was gone. That was the final nail in the coffin. That's your faith, that's fine. You need that crutch. I don't need that crutch. Take that. They never poured into our family. They never poured into this guy. Probably don't even know my parents. Sorry. So fast forward, I'm raising kids now. We're not Christian yet. I am a Christian, but we're raising kids. But we're Christian, but we're not really living in the faith. I know the Lord. I think I'm praying at night. I'm in the Bible a little bit, but not living that kind of faith. Struggling with raising these boys, young boys, and getting angry. My wife calls me out at least 3 times. This is your dad. This is your dad reincarnated. You're getting angry. You're putting 80 hours in at the job. You're becoming your father. I pushed that off a couple times. Finally, going forward, I find a men's group. First men's group I've ever been in my life. It was tied around Dad and Family Shepherd, Dave Simmons. Loved the guy. He got me to look inside, find my father wounds. Exposed them. I had buried them for so long, they're not bothering me. They were bothering me. They exposed my father wounds. I was able to handle it. I went to my dad, shared my feelings with my father. He said, well, that's good for you. I didn't do anything to hurt you. He doesn't go off. I'm glad you're over that. But by talking to him, I released the burden from that. At that point in time, my job falls through. I sell out to a customer of mine, and I come up here to Minneapolis. Just coming off 2 years with the 4 friends I really made, fathering group, gone. I'm looking for a fathering group. I find one up here. Long story short, 3 of the guys in that fathering group we met for 2 years pulled me into prison ministry. So for 20 years, I've been going into prison on Tuesday nights, preaching to the, not preaching, but teaching. I just started a new group 3 weeks ago. I love doing it. I share my faith. I come down to their level. You know, I'm only on this side of the fence because I wasn't caught doing some of the things I did. You guys weren't so lucky. And sharing my faith with them. And I really felt the Lord has me right where He wants me. I've got kids that are Christian. I got grandkids that are Christian. And my family is everything to me. And so now we start building this crazy gym. We spent a year building this gym. It's unbelievable that this thing's even standing. And it's square. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's square-ish.
Don't be nervous.
It's unbelievable. It'll hold up. And out of the blue, on a Thursday morning, my phone rings 8:30, and it's this guy on the phone. Dad, I no longer work at Park Nicollet. What are you talking about? I got fired. The first wheel falls off my wagon. What do you mean you got fired? And there's more tears, and there's no understanding. We're in the middle of the gym build, some financial responsibilities. They were huge trying to build this place. Now he's out of work. He's out of work. He's in tears. We're both just crying together. My dad never cried with me, ever. You can see I still got some wounds in there, but the Lord had a place for Andy to go. And he wasn't there. And by losing that job and opening this place up to the Lord, he wrote a letter to himself. This is so big. I'm going to sign this letter when I'm glad this happened. He had a mentor tell him, you go and write this letter to yourself. And when you're in a position where you're glad that you were fired, you sign it. 1 year later, he signs that paper. And this ministry came out of that. And as a father, I was just in so much pain. It was like Christmas vacation. Go get his boss, bring him here and put a big bow on him. But there was no Cousin Eddie around. There was nobody to bring that boss in. I mean, I had his address. I was going. It was a hard time. So we get through that. The place is built. We're moving forward. Andy invites me into his ministry, KCC Ministry. What's it all about? I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I'm on the management team and I'm on the board, both places. This is great. He starts talking about discipleship. Oh, I know what discipleship is. 6 months into it, I have no clue what discipleship is. No clue at all. And now you're asking me, I'm in prison. Discipleship is working with guys and mentoring to the next level. Once they graduate from my class, it's illegal for me to even talk to them. Because I can't talk to them when they're outside. If they're on paper, they all come out on paper. So now my ministry is just like getting exploded. And I even called Andy up and said, Dad, Andy, I don't think I fit. You remember that call?
Yeah.
I go, this isn't working. I love my prison ministry, and you're telling me that it doesn't work because I can't make disciples out of them. And this is so hard. But I'll just work it out. So a year goes by. And I think, okay, it's kind of working, this is good, life is good. I'm loving my wife, we're going on vacations. January 17th, 2024. I'm watching Australian Open. I'm up in my bed with my clothes on, just laying there, fall asleep. Wake up 2 hours later, man, my back really hurts. Oh, I've been sleeping on my belt. That's what's going on. So I get out of bed. I got a lump on my back. Size of a golf ball. Shows up out of nowhere. How can I not know I have a lump on my back that big? Did I get hit? No bruising? Nothing? I come over here and he goes, oh yeah, I know what that is. It's benign, no problem. I go to my dermatologist. Oh yeah, it's benign. Well, I'm going on vacation in 2 weeks. I'm going on vacation in 2 days for 2 weeks. Go off, come back, we'll biopsy it, we'll pull it out right here in the office. Great. Go off, have vacation, I come back. I think this thing's getting bigger. This thing is like really getting bigger. I biopsy it. I'm looking on my chart. You know, you get to my chart now before the doctor sees it. Very rare, high-grade sarcoma, cancer. What are you talking about? Lord, this is me. I built gyms when I'm 70. I can't deal with cancer. So I'm in denial for like 2 weeks. What am I going to do with this cancer? So the first thing was, what do you do with the cancer? So I talked to my, now I have a cancer doc, and he says, it's got to come out, period. It's got to come out. You got enough fat back there, I don't think it's got to the bone yet. We did an MRI, and sure enough, it wasn't in the bone. Praise the Lord for cheeseburgers. There's enough fat back There's enough fat back here where it hasn't got to the bone yet. It was pretty cool. So the doctor, so I go to my sister once, I guess she's my sister once removed. It's his wife. And she says, there's a doctor you've got to see, Dr. Heaton. He is the one that can do your surgery. We go see him on a Monday. He's going on a 3-week vacation on Friday. I said, well, I can't do this. I said, you got to do it. So, well, let me see. He's gone for a half hour. Paul and I are sitting there just waiting. Half hour later, he comes back. Thursday morning, 8 o'clock. I'll do the operation. He pulls it out. He pulls out a 2.5-inch tennis ball out of my back. Wow. I show you my zipper back here. I don't need it yet. 130 stitches right across the back. Where this tennis ball came out, they do the margins, totally clear. Everything's good. Great. Thanks. Everything's super great. Okay, so I'm on 6-month scans. 6-month scan, clear. 6-month scan, clear. 6 clear, clear, clear. All the way a whole year. Now I'm in 2025. Everything's great. No cancer whatsoever. Okay, fine. Same doc. Why haven't you done a PSA test? Well, I'm 70. I'm 72. My doctor told me at my primary at 70, he said, I don't need to do PSA tests anymore. Who is he? I'm not going to tell you who he is. It wasn't this one. I'm not going to tell you who he is. So you've got to do a PSA test. Well, he said if I got cancer, I would die of something else first. I said, you want to only live 10 more years? I said, I'd like to live longer than that. Get a PSA test. Comes back 5.6.
Hi.
What does that mean, 5.6? It's supposed to be less than 4. Okay, now we got to do an MRI of the pelvis. Okay, MRI of the pelvis, nothing happened. 3 lesions in my prostate. I got a Gleason 3-4, Gleason 3-4, and Gleason 4-3. If the first number is bigger than 4 or bigger, you got to deal with it. What do you mean I got to deal with it? You got to deal with it. What does that mean? Got to get a biopsy. And that was from the biopsy, sorry. You've got to get radiation treatment. Okay, fine, I'll do radiation treatment. Again, I'm going on vacation. Come back, I'm going down my house in Colorado for a month, come back, we'll do it. It's slow growing, no big deal. 20 trips to Northfield for radiation all month of November. Hour down, radiated, hour back. Did that 20 times. He thought the cancer looks good. I meet my sarcoma doc December 6th. I'm sitting with my doc, Dr. B, he goes, well, where's your scan? What do you mean, where's my scan? Where's your CT scan? We can't talk about anything. We have a CT scan. He looks up, the last time I had a CT scan was in July. This is like, it's really interesting. In July, I had a PET scan to see if my prostate cancer had gone anywhere, and it showed no cancer. So I knew in July it was clear. So you got to go get a scan. December, so well, let's do it this month because I'm changing the first next month, so it'll be cheaper. December 28th, I get another CT scan. Everything's going to be fine, right? I read my chart. Lump in my chest. Lump in my lung. It's 4 centimeters big, which is almost like an inch and 3/4 big. I'm looking at this thing. Impossible. Lord, I'm through this. I'm on with my life. Come on. Go to see my cancer doctor. Well, now it's stage 4. It metastasized. Stage 4. So, but it's the good news stage 4 cancer? Yeah, it's in one place. This kind of sarcoma is so rare, we don't know what it's going to do. Come back multiple places. One place, we can take it. Try to make a long story shorter. So, surgery is the number 1 option. Radiation is number 2 option. His wife had surgery on her lung a year ago. She's been in pain the whole year. She's living with constant pain from surgery. Doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen. I didn't want to do surgery. I go see the surgeon. She's so nice. We can take it out. 2 weeks from now, I'm going on a cruise. Another vacation coming up. I got to get this done before the cruise. No, I can wait till after the cruise. She's going to take 3 weeks to get set up. I go talk to a surgeon. Yeah, we can take it out. We got to put that big body mask all over you and we'll fix it up. It takes 3 weeks to do that. So I can do that when you come back in March for your cruise. Okay, that's good. I'm glad. I'm going to go on a cruise. But something dawns on me. I need to go down and talk to my cancer doc down in Northfield. We just go down there on Monday. we're going on a cruise in 2 weeks. He looks at my chart and said, you're crazy. This thing's going. Get on my table. He puts me on his table. He does a CT scan right there. It's already gone from 2.5 inches to 4 inches. And now it was like this far from my bronchial tube. It's right here. So you can't go anywhere. You got to get this done. And so we tell him about our trip. And I knew him from my prostate cancer. He was a Christian doctor. He actually prayed for us after our radiation treatments. It was unbelievable. He goes, I never do this. He goes, I never do this. I'm never pressured for time. And I never push into this. I love you. I love you guys. I see Christ. He said, I see Christ coming out of you. It's a Monday. I'm going to have you on the table on Wednesday. 2 days. It takes 6 weeks to get into Mayo to get radiation. On Wednesday, I'm going to do it. I said, well, I'm seeing a new cancer doctor on Tuesday. I got to let her get involved in this. He goes, you leave here today, which is Monday. I'm going to prepare for Wednesday morning. If you decide to do something different with that cancer doctor, and they knew each other, they all know each other, I will just stop and I won't charge you nickel. So he's spending 38 hours, like went through the night getting ready for me. I go in, I'm surgery, or radiation. I want radiation. The first thing out of the cancer doc's mouth in Fairview now, we never do surgery on sarcomas in the lung. We always radiate. We want to leave your lung whole as possible because it's coming back. It's coming back. Yes. On Wednesday morning, I was on his table. We went Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The highest level he's ever done on anybody. 5 treatments. I maxed out. Went on our cruise, came back with the results. Cancer's dead. And I just got a scan 3 days ago. Cancer's dead. This cancer's dead. That cancer's dead. This cancer's dead. But here's the interesting part. I'm used to getting out of crisis mode. I'm out. I mean it, I'm out. There is no out of this crisis mode. This cancer, I'm given 2 years. I'm given 50% chance of living for 2 years once a sarcoma metastasizes. I said, Lord, what are you doing? I've got a wife. I've got a family. I've got a ministry. I've got things I need to do in my life. It causes me to go inward on my faith, to really understand, why am I here? What am I doing? Gosh, at the same time, we go down to this discipleship conference. And I'm there for 3 days with 7 of these guys. We're trying to get an understanding of what discipleship really looks like. And it finally clicks. It's not a matter of doing this kind of ministry or that kind of ministry. It's kind of a focus on what's not just the main thing. This is what we heard at the conference. It's the only thing. The only reason that the Lord did what he did was so his kingdom can be advanced from one person to the next, to the next, to the next. I don't have to leave my prison ministry. I started a new class with 40 guys 3 weeks ago. I get them for a whole year. The difference is I'm not trying to bring them to Christ. I'm trying to, after they come to Christ, I'm trying to teach them how to live their life and how to go on to the next guy. And it clicked on the trip. It just really did. So here I am. I'm in crisis. The Lord has me. I had a sister whose oldest daughter died with 4 kids, 4 young kids. Cancer, she was gone in 1 day. 1 day she goes to the hospital, the next day she's dead. We don't know what the Lord has in mind for any of us. But now I've come to a place where when the Lord takes me, the Lord takes me. And I'm going to be as effective as I can, bringing the next person that I know, and I know a lot of Christians I poured into, I'm going to go back to them when I'm going to the next level. I'm going to start developing this discipleship, mentoring mindset. We should all have somebody below us, and we should all have somebody above us. And that person below us, my goal is to get that person to split out to the next person and send them off. Little birdie, and just kick them out of the nest and see where they go. I get to heaven, I'll see other spiritual grandkids. I know I will. And that's my new focus. So,
thanks, Dan.